What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Um, just get straight into it. This is gonna be entitled "Bad Parenting Creates Bad Relationships." Uh, at the end of the day, people want to be together. Men want to be with women. Women want to be with men. People complaining in the middle. That's what I look at. Before I can say this, a lot of times when I'm looking at stuff, honestly, just so you know, like I really, I'm more into sports and boxing and all that stuff, but this kind of intrigues me. So here's the thing: when you're a kid, your parents, if they're not functional, like a functional couple, not even saying if they're married, but if they don't function together, they actually teach you to be combative with the opposite sex if they're bad parents. Think about it. Girls, they tell you, don't do this and do that and get this and get that so you don't have to depend on no man for nothing. Well, the fallacy in that is, for one, when you become an adult, you can't depend on your parents for nothing. So why would you give the responsibilities to some fictitious man in the future that you never met? That kind of a holdover what's supposed to be done with your life. For two, they don't tell boys that. You don't hear parents telling their sons, you need to go to school and get a job and get an education so you ain't got to depend on these women for nothing. Because it's already assumed that you're going to grow up, be a man, be an adult, and take care of yourself. Period. So, on the flip side, they'll tell you, watch out for them doing this kind of stuff. Or, girls always trying to get in your pockets. And girls that tell guys always trying to get in your drawers. So, even when you're trying to warn people, we're warning them wrong. See, we're not parents. We ain't telling the kids the truth. Why? Not because the truth will set you free, because the truth will make your parents look like, oh really? You was that kind of person before I was here. Pretty much. Take into consideration, all right, all these conversations go on about too many women out here ain't about nothing. Too many men out here ain't about nothing. You're overlooking the good ones. Said it before, everybody's being overlooked, or everybody can't be a good one. A quote unquote good one. Let's just be real. A lot of people are posing as the good one because they washed up. Real talk. Same issues with women say they have male issues because they have daddy issues. Yeah, it could have something to do with that, but the problem is you don't date your daddy. Men could have female issues because they have issues with their mother. Same goes for that. You have a point with that, but you don't date your mama. So what's going on when two people who never met meet? And what's going on is this: everybody else is in their heads about the person that they just met. See, and guys have a thing where now we're starting to carry baggage and openly show it. Where normally it was just women who would carry baggage, and you gotta this guy gotta make up for this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, and and a lot of women have talked themselves into and out of relationships with guys because they find out what nothing that the guy that they're with is never good enough. He's never going to be good enough. So, bye. On the flip side, same wind up happening for women because women have made their standards so high that guys like, well, I'm gonna raise my standards. Yeah, I need one that's this complexion. I need one who has hair like this. I need one who has a body like this. I need one who has a mind like this. I need one who's freaky like this. I need one who keeps their toes like this and drives this and has this degree. Now all of a sudden, it's tit for tat. And here's the reality of what happens when it's tit for tat. You can say you want what you want, and eventually, everybody who has all of these crazy standards that they got from their parents eventually meets that person that meets all of your superficial, irrational, unexplainable, unhuman standards. And what happens? You realize you ain't good enough for them. You realize you got to step your game up to a level that you ain't ready to go to. You've never been ready to get to, and you don't probably not sure if you even make it. So then you got to do something to fuck it up, so you can blame it on them, or the situation, or timing, or this or that, this or that. And at the end of the day, this is where it comes in. Then you go back to your parents, and then you grow up. You as an adult now. You're looking back, and now you're seeing yourself as a parent, if you have kids, looking at the way you teach your kids, and you're like, wait a minute. My parents told me this, and I really believe this. And I took this out into the world, and that shit was ridiculous. So now I gotta retrain myself as an adult while I'm parenting, because my parents told me some things that were ridiculous. And I believed them because they were my parents. So at the end of the day, now you become resentful because your fantasies didn't become a reality. Then you realize your fantasy was a stupid fantasy. Then you realize the life you based on this fantasy, you have to recreate it to make it reality. So now you got to break it down and actually make it a reality to make sense of your real life and see how the real things apply to real life while you're teaching your kids and teaching yourself. So what happens? You find yourselves getting older, and some people think they're over the hill when they figure, and other people feel like you're over the hill when you finally figure it out, and they don't want to deal with you. Because, and people who've either figured it out before you, or they had functional parents or functional people in their life who told them it was real, and they believed it, and they went about their life that way. You have, they don't have the time for you. So that's my take on that. But I'm going to get to this next one because this is a big reason for all this. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. The truth about it. Peace.